how are you? So my name is Katie, and this is my personal backstory video assignment. So a little bit about myself. Originally I'm from North Carolina, Greensboro, North Carolina, just 2 hours away from Liberty. Super quick drive. I'm the youngest of three, all girls, but I'm the youngest, so of course, attention on me all the time. It's all about me because I'm mom and dad's favorite. So, eventually it just kind of works out anyways. But since a young age, I've always just loved entertaining people, whether through like storytelling or just telling a joke, even going as far as embarrass myself in public just to make other people laugh has been a big part of my childhood growing up. And I've always been super close to my family, very sweet, loving family. But I knew once it came to deciding which college to go to, I did not want to go to Liberty because both of my sisters went to Liberty and I was strong and I was independent, so I was going to go anywhere but Liberty. However, a couple months later, I decided to go to Liberty. So I went to Liberty. I didn't know what I wanted to major in. I just knew that I didn't want a 9-to-5 desk job every single day for the rest of my life. And I saw that they had a film program, so I was like, seems like a fun thing, let's do that. So then I did that, and then I absolutely fell in love with film. So I got my undergrad in film last May, so a year ago got my undergrad degree, and then now I'm a graduate student assistant in the film program at Liberty. And even though film can be crazy at times, something that I love to express while on set or while working just any department in film is being able to help and serve those around me. And I don't know where exactly that comes from. It's just something that was always instilled in me growing up, and being a Christian, just looking back at the Bible and looking at how other people served others, and being Christ-like in that, and even the story of Jesus washing his disciples' feet, and just that act of service to them, and we're called to be Christ-like in everything that we do. So that has always been a strong sense of just helping those around me, no matter what they're going through, whether it's helping them move or just bring a smile to their face or help them at their job. It's a sense of gratitude that I feel when I'm able to serve those around me. And when it comes to filmmaking, since an early age, I've loved watching films. I remember my favorite film of all time, still to this day, is The Sound of Music, because I remember that feeling of watching Julie Andrews twirl on top of a mountain, and just that sense of, wow, that is so cool. I didn't understand that shot at the time, but now looking back at it, and I still feel that feeling, and I want to be able to give other moviegoers and other future people that watch films that same feeling, even though I'm not the person behind, like, directing the camera movements or a director. I still want to be a part of the crew that creates a special movie like that for future generations to come. So in film, like I said before, I don't want to direct or do camera work. I want to be the first AD or the first assistant director. And what they do is pre-production, they look at the script, they break it down, and then they schedule out the shoot every day. And the schedule could depend on actor availability, location availability, shooting day or night, interior, exterior, a bunch of different things like that. And then once they're on set, they are running the set, checking in with each department, locking up set. So I don't know if sometimes you see like behind the scenes stuff for different like mock sets, depending on the movie. They're the person like roll light, like roll camera, roll sound, different things like that. And that's so that the director is able to focus on the actor's performance and able to focus on the actors, and the first AD focuses on everyone else pretty much. So that's what the first AD does. Normally, they would just have to work up from a production assistant or a PA, and then just work up all the way up there. So a first AD or a showrunner is the end goal for me. Some obstacles that I've had to face: I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at a very young age. I say very young, it was 9 years ago actually. So it was 8th grade. It was 9 years ago today, in fact, which is a little bit crazy. But just that obstacle of no one else in my family had it. It's hereditary, but my dad was adopted, so we aren't quite sure where it came from, anything like that. And when I was first diagnosed, I just felt the sense of, what the heck am I going to do with the rest of my life? Everyone else around me is so normal, like I'm so different. how is this going to affect my future? Like, am I going to be able to graduate college and have a family one day, and all of those kinds of things. And I just remember this doctor, Bobby Hackman, nicest lady ever. She came to see me at the hospital, and she told me, she said, "You are no different from anyone else your age. You can do it. You can do anything you set your mind to." And I just remember crying in the hospital room at the age of 14, just being like, yeah, I can do it. Heck yeah. So that's always been like a big motivation for me, where up front it was a huge obstacle. But every day I have to face that same obstacle. But I mean, 9 years strong, I'm still doing well, and it's still like a livable disease where it doesn't, there are like good days and bad days for sure, but I'm still able to continually work on movie sets. And I got an undergrad, now I'm getting a master's, so it's just a big thing that I've had to overcome. Another big thing more recently is that after I graduated with my undergrad, I had no job at all. And I was like, well, my friend was getting married in September, so I thought, well, I'll just go home and figure out something, and then by September I'll move to Atlanta or New York or LA. However, different professors from my film program came to me and they said, "Hey, would you like to be a graduate assistant?" And I was like, "No, it's not me. Like, I'm not a teacher at all. I don't, sorry, I don't necessarily, getting a master's degree just wasn't in my mindset at all." But however, I had no other plan, so I decided to come back, and it has been such an amazing opportunity. God has shown me how special this uncertain time in my life has become. And I've been able to grow in myself, and I've also been able to teach like the next year. I was about to say generation, but they're only like 2 years younger than me, so that doesn't quite work. But the next group of film students, I'm able to teach them, and it's been cool to see them grow from not knowing anything about film to being able to grow up and learn just different aspects of the filmmaking process. Has been just a really cool opportunity. And I can't wait to see them after graduation, and hopefully once we all leave Liberty, I am able to work on film sets with them in the future as well. And just further on in the future, either, well, if it's with film students from Liberty or just people not from Liberty as well, just being able to be on a movie set and being able to help the different departments and just assist wherever I'm needed, because it really takes a village to make a movie, and it's crazy. And you see the credits roll and you're like, does it really take that many people? But trust me, it really takes that many people. So just being able to help each other out, and we all have the common goal of creating a film from our different skill sets, from our different interests, just different things like that. And it's just cool to see how God has gifted us with so many gifts and so many skills that we're just all able, like I said before, to come together and make a film, from pre-production to production to post-production. I mean, some crew could have as little as 10 people versus big Marvel sets having like hundreds of crew. And in a movie, all of the crew has come together to create a film that came out of the mind of one person, and also that idea came from the creator. So it's just cool how God gave that idea to someone, or how it was somehow infiltrated into their life, and then it got passed on to the crew, which is a bigger group of people, and then eventually it gets released out into the general public, which is hopefully a good thing later on in life. So yeah, that's a little bit about me and my backstory. I realized that this video is very long, but I hope that you enjoyed it. Happy May. It's the summer. We made it. We're good. All right, have a good night. Bye-bye.